Okay, let me go for it.
Okay, guys, so you saw that the topic tonight is going to be about duplication. And I put in there that duplication is key. And then I was like, wait, what else is key? Oh, consistency. So consistency is obviously key, but duplication is as well, because as you know, we can't do this alone, right? We can't get to silver by ourselves. We definitely can't get to gold by ourselves. Can't get to emerald by ourselves. We need to be able to duplicate what we do and create a team and build a team underneath us. But what ends up being most challenging, and it even is for me at times, is making sure that that duplication happens down the chain of command, I guess. I don't know how else to say it, but so the ability to duplicate our own efforts is what's going to help us be successful, right? And so I don't know what you guys do, but I'm just going to go over a little bit about what I have seen happen and work well amongst my team. And we're in pretty good momentum. I, on average, sign ambassadors every single month, anywhere between, I think my average is about 5 or 6 a month. But it's really neat to see that happening with my team as well. So my ambassadors are the ones that have followed the duplication and do apply themselves and things of that nature, grow on a very consistent basis as well. So I'm just going to go over a couple of things. There's a book that I recently read. It is called Duplication. It's pretty cheap on Amazon. And it is the key to creating freedom in your network marketing business. Because eventually we want to get to a point, right, where we have that time freedom. And I sit and dream of the days where I can be an Emerald Ambassador like Jeannie and have a little bit more time for my team and not feel like I'm being a mom, a wife, an office manager, and I almost said an Emerald Ambassador right there. One day, all at the same time. So, okay, so let's go to number 2. Not everybody has to be a sales superstar to be successful at this. But you do need to continue to improve your own knowledge about the products, the business opportunity, Plexus itself, and be able to reach out to people and look for a rock star to be with you, somebody that you feel would be great to run this business with. And believe it or not, there are a million diamonds that are not great recruiters, but they have a lot of other gifted skills in how they communicate with people and how they build relationships and how they are able to bring up other jewels and other diamonds. But their recruitment was not one of their strongest skills. Unlike Bridget Ryan, her recruitment is ridiculous. I think she has 450 some odd level 1s right now. So long-term success is going to be from duplication. The more that you have your level 2s doing with your level 3s and things of that nature, doing what you originally started out doing with your level 1s, is where the success is going to come from. So the very first thing that we usually have people do, right, is that Facebook post. And I don't know how many of you have done them, but it's really neat. And that's one of the scariest things for a new person, is for them to make that first post. And so just write up a quick 2-liner for them to where they're giving you a shout out on their Facebook page. And it is amazing how many conversations you get started just from that one little shout out that they do. My most recent one that I had someone do was, I finally caved to this silly pink drink that Liberty has been talking about forever, that helped her with energy and her digestive issues. And man, I wish I would have given sooner. Who wants to join me with this, And so it was crazy. People were like, what's the pink drink? What does it do? How long have you been taking it? And so there were a million conversations that started, but then they don't know what to do from there. And so you just let them know, okay, put that person into a 3-way message with me. And we really have a lot of 3-way messages that happen on my team. And it's fun at times, because not only am I learning, they're learning also. And so they're learning how to do it for their next ambassador, and I'm learning how, to do it better, I guess, the more practice I have as well. And so they'll just do something really simple, like, I love your question, even if it's about cost. Like, well, how much is it? Then they'll start a three-way message with me and their person that asked the question, and they'll say, Susie, this is Liberty. She's the one that got me started on this, as you saw, and she knows all of the questions or all of the answers. As you know, I'm still learning, so she's going to help answer all your questions for you. And then I don't go right into the price. I want to find out what it is that they are looking for help in so that I can give them and direct them to the right products. And so you just get a ton of those three-way messages going. People have yet to have one where they're like, nobody responds back. You know, it's really like a friend helping a friend helping a friend. So it's nice because it's also third-party validation. So Facebook posts will probably be the very first thing, and that's even before they've got their products, but really like the day they order too, because then you have them talking to people right away. It's nice when they do have their pink drink because then they can take a little picture of it, but normally just a little post, even just saying that quick little two-liner, and if you do it for them, it takes even more pressure off. So just my next key point is to keep it simple. I think we complicate it so much, and then that's what stops us from doing it because we freak ourselves out. And so when you can do that two-liner for them and send it, and even if you just have one in your notes on your phone or wherever you keep things stored on your phone to where you can copy and paste it for every single one of your people and then just have change their name, you know, it's been really, really successful. So, all right, so this is a great one. Neither personality nor talent are duplicable. So I have some ladies on my team that are so great at live video, and they have a sense of humor, and they connect with people really, really easy on a humor basis. And then I have some that love the science behind it, and they really communicate to people in a longer message that has all the details and the breakdowns and things of that nature. And I'm not good at those things, but they are. I have my own strengths, they have their own strengths. So you have to understand that you're not going to be able to teach them some of your ways. You kind of have to find out what color personality they are and then help them find their strengths. So most of you know that one of my favorite books was Strength Finders 2.0. And that was really nice because it helps you also know where to play on your strengths and not worry so much about your weaknesses, and how to communicate with other people that have different strengths as well. So that was a great one because, you know, like Annette, Ryan, GW, we all have different strengths. And so I can't be GW and Ryan can't be me, you know, and so just always know that you want to use their strengths to help duplicate, and you might learn from them too. It's pretty neat to see what I've learned from my team members, not doing everything my way, even though I really struggled with that at first because I did think my way was the right way. But the next one is to follow the system, not the guru. So that kind of goes to me where I felt like I knew everything, but that wasn't working for me. And so I started to reach out to those teams that were super successful. And I wanted to know what system they were using to be on the top of the leaders boards all the time, because it was clearly working. And so just follow the system. And I'm going to give you kind of a checklist of some things to do when you first bring someone on at the very, very end. So reinventing the wheel is not usually a good idea. We already know that. Plexus does really, really well with what they've made so far. And we have tons of events that happen on the page and tons of trainings that, I mean, Rank Up Roadmap, if you haven't gone through that, it's amazing, and there's no need to create your own training process anymore because it's now available, so that's awesome. Each new distributor or ambassador gets a checklist of things to do right away, so absolutely we do, right? We have the checklist that we should be going through with all of our new ambassadors within the first probably 48 to 72 hours of them receiving their packet, because I don't know if you were like me, but I secretly signed up while Jeannie was at convention and couldn't talk to me because she was busy. And then I did have that moment of like, oh my gosh, what did I just do? Did I just seriously sign up for this? And so it's been interesting that I actually bring that up a lot. When I have somebody sign up, I say, now in a few days, you might feel like, what did I just do? And it is funny. I will 75 to 80% of the time, they're like, yes, I did. I totally feel that way. And so that's just another level of connection. Live events. I will tell you that the very first one that I went to was something completely out of my normal routine. I had just worked a 12-hour day and I had to drive an hour to get there. But I wanted to see what one was like. And so I went and I was like a little kid. I was so excited. And it was really neat because it built belief within me. And so if you haven't been to a live event, or maybe you've been to the same person's live event, it's really neat to go to somebody else's and find one, just so that you hear different stories too, different testimonies. But I really do feel that that builds belief. And if you have not made it to one, they are all over. They're even online. There's opportunity events online that you can listen to, but I do think that in person, it is something that needs to be done for all new ambassadors for sure. Conference calls, that's another part that we duplicate, right? These little team calls that we do every week. We see the same faces. We know who's going to be on, right? And it's nice to see new faces popping up and joining us. And so that is just all part of duplication. We need to let our new ambassadors know that we have these, because these are great tools for them to use every single week. And yes, today was a weird day for me, and this was probably not the first thing that I would have rooted to do or would have jumped on to do, in a normal day. But this has become my commitment, and this is what I do, and it's going to pay off. And we need to be those leaders and show them that we're here and that we're present, because how can we expect our team to grow if we are not that example for them to show up and be present and learn, even if it's a topic of duplication that we've heard a million times before, but we get to hear it from somebody else and someone else's perception of or perspective of duplication. Successful network marketing takes time. I'm learning this one hardcore, actually. I wanted to be an Emerald Ambassador by now. I thought that I was going to be one of those super cool chicks that made it really fast, and there's still some learning that I need to do. I have a lot of personal development that still needs to be done. I'm learning how to be a better leader within my team. And, I sit and look at Jeannie's story, and I love how she is thankful for her 3 years that it took for her to be an Emerald Ambassador, and so I don't want to rush it. There is a video that I watched kind of pertaining to yoga and the poses that you do within yoga and how to enjoy each pose. And right now I'm really enjoying Senior Gold. So I'm learning a lot about myself and my ambassadors, and a happy balance of how to still work and grow my business as well as helping them grow theirs too. So all comes with being a better leader, right? So I love number 13 of this book. It says, when we teach others, we actually better ourselves, and kind of goes into what I just mentioned. This last month, I helped some of my leaders be leaders amongst our team events, which has been really fun to see. It's been super cool to see some of them grow and to take on that leadership role and feel so awesome about themselves, and that was all just from a simple suggestion from me of asking them to step up and be a leader for their team. And it's pretty neat. So if you guys have somebody on your team that you would like to see step up, reach out to us, because we have events that happen all month long, and we would love to help you help that person grow in leadership, because there's always places that Jeannie doesn't just want this team page to be her page, it's ours. So when GW has something cool to share and he posts it on the page, it's like, it's awesome. You know, when Marcin posts something, it's like, I love it because we are a team. This isn't just her show. It's our show, you know? And so step up, have them step up. It's really neat because then it will also help encourage you too when you see your teammates doing that. So leadership is transferred one-on-one. That just goes right to it. I try to spend quality time with the people that want this business. That's a big, hard thing for me because I'd love to give quality time to everybody. But if they are not willing to invest in themselves, if they're not doing personal development, if they're not on team calls, if they are not participating in events, it's really hard for me to invest my time in them when they're not investing in themselves. And so really, this comes down to, Jeannie, you might have to help me with this one, but isn't it like 80% of my time is spent on my business, and then 20% of my time is spent on the 80% of my team that is wanting it? Isn't it something like that?
Yeah, you're close, Libby. It's 80% on yours, and then it is broken out into 10% on your runners and the 10% on like your customer base.
Okay.
Libby, yes.
So my top 80% though, right? Like, or my top 20.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. It's like my runners are the ones that I'm going to obviously spend the most time with because they're investing time in themselves and their business and their teams. And so I'm not going to take valuable time away from me building my business to invest it in somebody that doesn't want to do that for themselves. And then just going through these real quick. Okay, so here are some of the things that I do stepwise for my people. The Facebook post is key for sure. Super, super fun. It's scary, but once it's done, it's awesome and great. Then I have like a video toolbox is what they call them. And it's just a list of videos that I have loved and saved on YouTube. And I should probably update it soon now that we've got a lot of new products, but it's great because one of them starts with, why should I share so soon? I can share that with you guys if you want. I really enjoyed it, and I have a lot of people that love it right off the bat because one of them is a new ambassador training, and it is a little bit longer, but they go into depth about social media posting, which I think is huge. And so I do the video toolbox as a second one, and then I immediately set them up in Lexi I don't do the roadmap. And you guys, if you were on the call a couple weeks ago, I am not a Lexi fan when it comes to the training for ambassadors. I'm not going to talk you out of it if you do love it, but I will set them up for whatever products they have, which is usually the Triplex with me and the X Factor. That's what I like to start people on first. So I will set them up in the Lexi app and let them know, like, as of tomorrow, you're going to start getting some updates, or you're going to start getting some emails and text messages and things of that nature, gearing you up for when you get your products. And GW, I thought of this the other day when we were talking about Lexi and when to set them up. So if they have a 7-day trial and you actually give it to them, or they pick it up from Plexus Store, since you guys have that capability, you will set them up that day because it starts the next day, where the Triplex combo is a 3-day period before they start. So slim sample it will start the next day. And then I do like a little welcome, message to them, whether it's a voice message or a Facebook Messenger or text message, however they like to communicate. I have done welcome video calls with Jeannie for those that really, really show interest in wanting the business side of it. However, there are times that I prejudge, and I shouldn't, and I feel like I should do welcome calls with everybody. And so that's going to be my goal for this next month, is to do welcome calls with everyone. This is coming from a video that I just listened to this morning. And you never know, how they say it, you never know who's going to turn into your next rock star. Okay. I have a girl right now that has been with me since pretty much day one, and she is killing it on Jeannie's contest. Her PV has finally started to increase. She's sharing. She suffered from chronic ear infections and chronic strep throat. 6 months consecutively she struggled with this while she took triplex, and on her 7th month she finally went 1 month without either, and every month since she hasn't had any of them. But it's taken her that long to finally share. And had I prejudged her, I wouldn't have maybe done a welcome call, you know, and that's not fair. It's not fair to cut that opportunity away from her because of what I think she wants from this. And so do a welcome call. I think it's better called a welcome call than a three-way chat or three-way video chat or something. I'm like, welcome calls, just, they get to meet your upline and it's more personal and things of that nature. And then add them to the team pages. This is another thing that I need to get better at, because I just assume that they want it for, say, a wholesale ambassador just doesn't want to be added to the team pages. And so recently I don't add them to all of them. You know, we have Tammy's and Dusty's and Jeannie's, and I have mine, which I still am a little wishy-washy on that, but I have good culture. So I let them know that the reason I'm adding them to the team pages, if they don't want to work the business, is so that they can kind of, you know, keep up on updates on products and be aware of any sales that are going on. And that's, people like that. They're like, okay, yeah, you know, that's good. I like that. So then I add them to the team pages. And finally, I was doing like a training group, a 30-day training group. And it was really, really successful, and I think I'm going to go for it again this next month. So if you guys want to be a part of that, that'd be really cool. But it's just a 4-week like IPA kind of challenge thing, and it helps them understand why they're posting, what we're saying to post, and who it's going to connect with, and kind of helps them do a more of a strategic posting instead of just a little, here's the bottle of Edge and all of the ingredients with it and what it does. So plan on seeing that. I'll post something about that. I'm just going to make a note real quick, because we had it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of interaction with that, and people had a lot of success with it. So, okay. So Facebook post, video toolbox. I'll post that too. Don't be a hater if it's got one that's not working anymore. Then just their welcome letter or their welcome message, and adding them to the team pages, adding them to the training and letting them know that you're adding them to all of these things. And then schedule some one-on-one time with them and just really help them duplicate that down. They're going to see you do the 3 main messages. They're going to see you do the welcome call. And then when they get their new person, help to remind them, like, okay, let's do a welcome call. Let's get their Facebook post done, so that they are then reminded of what you guys did, because it can be a whirlwind and full of emotion when you're going through it your very first time. But that's all I have. Do you guys have any questions? I do have, wait, that's not all I have. I have some other notes here. Just remember, this is your business, and nobody can do this for you. You need to want and do this for yourself, and know that you have to reach up to your sponsor too. They're not mind readers, and so Jeannie is not going to reach out to me at the perfect time. If I need her, I need to let her know that I need her, and then just stay connected. We talked about that with being on team calls and things of that nature. And if you do not want to have all of the notifications going on all of the team pages, schedule some time every single day to check the team pages, so that you are still in the loop of what's going on. Your phone's just not blowing up all day long when it comes to notifications. But okay, that's all my notes.
You're awesome. Does anybody have anything for Libby? That was cool. I wrote a bunch of notes down because I love when it's just hearing that stuff over again. I was like thinking of all these things and writing down a bunch of stuff. So thank you, Libby, because awesome info. It was great. I loved it. Anybody have anything? And Annette, I want those cabinets behind you, by the way. The tin, love them.
Clay Mills made those for me.
Really? I absolutely love them. I have so many of them saved on Pinterest, and I'm always telling my husband, see that big barn out there? We can tear it down and you can make me a whole bunch of those. So I love them, Annette. Awesome. Thank you, Libby, so much. That was awesome. Excellent. Loved it. Okay, let's do a couple drawings, you guys. This was for the contest that I posted where people could send out the message, kind of that magic message. It's a different magic message than Marston's because his is really effective. But this was a different one kind of for new people that they sent out, and then they could, their prospects had to agree to watch the triplex video, and they did, and then they had to screenshot it. So it's pretty cool. I love it because so many new ambassadors love this because it gives them kind of like Libby was talking about. It's like you tell them, you know, here you go. Here's the scripture. Send this out, and they eat it up. And love. If you guys get a chance, go back to that contest and look at the screenshots. And it is so much fun to see the responses from their prospects after they actually watch the video. And they're like, wow, I never knew the triplex did that. Or tons of things, opened so many doors for people. So it's definitely something to do if you're just sitting down one day and you're thinking, okay, I need to finish some IPAs, you know, always a great thing to do. Boom. Think of some people. You've got it right there. Can I send you this triplex video? Send it anytime. So, okay, guys. So what I did on this contest, we have an Echo Dot, an Amazon gift card, and a free product. So 3 people I'm going to draw for, okay? Like I said, my little boys did all the little papers in here. So, okay. So first of all, we're going to draw for the Echo Dot. So we're going to see who is going to get it. I'm over here just so you guys can see. Can you see you guys? Okay. All right. Okay. Patricia Steely. Got it. Can you guys see that? So she got the Echo Dot. Patty Steely. Okay. So we're going to go for the Amazon gift card. This is a $25.
Thanks. Thanks, Jessica. Okay, so I was saying to the muted computer that they should have to find out, they should have to watch the video to find out.
I almost said that. I was almost, but I know. And then I was like, that would be really mean of me. I could live with myself, but I almost did. Okay, hold on, I had to. $25 Amazon gift card. Emily Casta, I don't know how to say her last name, but
Yes, I know.
yeah, okay. All right, Emily got that. Castadito, however you say that. Okay, all right. Now we're doing the free product. So, this is so fun. All right, you guys. Free product. It's going to be Mackenzie Nelson, and this looks like a prospect. Can you guys see that? So I will have to have the boys go back. Boy, it's really blurry because
she is.
Oh, okay, awesome. Because that is Samuel's writing, and I have all of those. So that's the way I can keep track of all those. So that's awesome. Okay, so cool. Patty Steely, Emily, and Mackenzie Nelson got the free product, so we'll see what she wants. So awesome. Okay, fun. I love doing those live. That's so cool. All right, you guys. Well, we've kept you long enough. Anything else you guys have before we let you go? Get back to your families. Everybody's good? Okay. Well, thanks for joining Libby and I tonight. Sure appreciate it. And you're welcome, Annette. Thank you for joining. Good to see you too. So, all right, guys. Have a good evening. We'll talk to you soon. Bye. Bye, Marston. Bye, GW.